Okay, so picture this. You're standing right at the edge of a new world, a new life, and the last words of a legendary leader about to ring in your ears. That's exactly where we're going today. We're stepping right into that moment, exploring Moses' final blessing to the nation of Israel. And trust me, this is way more than just a speech. It's a powerful vision, a prophetic roadmap that's going to shape their entire destiny. So get ready, because we're about to take a cinematic journey through one of the most incredible chapters in the Bible.
All right, so verse 1 sets the stage. Now this is the blessing with which Moses, the man of God, blessed the children of Israel before his death. You can just feel the weight of that, can't you? This is it. Moses, the guy who's led them for 40 long years, is about to say his final piece. The air is thick with anticipation. This isn't just a goodbye, it's his final, lasting legacy being imprinted on the heart of his nation.
So how does this massive final blessing even start? Well, verse 2 kicks it off with a divine spectacle. I want you to picture God's arrival like a sunrise on hyperdrive, just light exploding over 3 different mountain ranges all at once: Sinai, Seir, and Paran. And from his right hand, a river of fire, this fiery law, flows out. It's just pure power and authority. But then, verse 3, whoa, the whole tone shifts. It goes from this epic cosmic event to something incredibly personal. God is described as loving his people, holding them right in his hand. Picture them all sitting at his feet, like students hanging on every single word from their beloved teacher. It's this beautiful, intimate moment. And that leads us to verses 4 and 5. Moses says, hey, this law I gave you, it's not a burden, it's your family's most precious inheritance. And then, bam, verse 5 culminates with God himself being declared king. He was king in Jeshurun, which is this really cool poetic nickname for Israel that means the upright one. It's this amazing image of all these different tribes finally coming together, united under one divine ruler.
Okay, so after that huge opening, Moses zooms in on the individual tribes, and we start with Reuben in verse 6. The blessing is short, but man is it powerful. It's basically a desperate prayer. Let Reuben live and not die, nor let his men be few. This isn't about riches or glory, it's about sheer survival. For your mental picture, just see a single tiny candle flame flickering in a huge dark room. That flame is the tribe of Reuben, and Moses is praying with everything he has that it just doesn't go out.
Next up, verse 7 is Judah, and this blessing is a call for a warrior king. It's a prayer for strength, for victory, and for reunion. To lock this one in your mind, picture a lone, powerful warrior. His hands are strong enough to fight his own battles, but he's crying out to be brought back to his people, to his army, because that's where his real strength is. It's this incredible foreshadowing of the future kings like David who would come from this very tribe.
Okay, now for the tribe of Levi. In verses 8 and 9, these guys were set apart. Their loyalty to God was so radical, so absolute, they basically chose him over their own flesh and blood. The image here is stark. Picture a priest literally turning his back on his own mother, father, and children to face God's altar. That's some serious dedication. Then verse 10 explains why. It lays out their sacred duty. So, see them doing 2 things. On one hand, they're unrolling these ancient sacred scrolls to teach the law to the people. And on the other, they're offering incense, the fragrant smoke rising up to heaven. They are the great connectors. And all of that builds to the powerful request in verse 11. It's a prayer for their total protection. So imagine this invisible, divine shield just forming around them, deflecting every single arrow and sword aimed their way. Their enemies are struck down, unable to even get back up. It's a promise that their vital work will be protected.
And now for verse 12, Benjamin. And this might just be the most tender and intimate blessing of them all. He's called the beloved of the Lord. The promise is that he'll live in safety, dwelling between his shoulders. For this one, just picture a small, beloved child, completely safe and sound, maybe even asleep, nestled securely between the broad, protective shoulders of a giant, loving father. It's just this incredible image of total security and love.
All right, get ready, because we've arrived at the main event. Verse 13 kicks off the blessing for Joseph, and it is absolutely epic. The text starts with, "Blessed of the Lord is his land," and that's just the beginning. This is the centerpiece of the whole chapter, a vision of just unbelievable abundance and prosperity. It's a showstopper.
So verses 13 through 16 just unleash this torrent of blessings. Let's try to picture it like a cinematic time-lapse. See the precious things of heaven like dew sparkling on the crops in the morning sun. Then see the deep line beneath, springs of fresh water bubbling up from the ground. Now watch as the precious fruits of the sun ripen in seconds. Then see the best things of the ancient mountains and the precious things of the everlasting hills, almost like veins of gold and gems are just revealing themselves. And it's all wrapped up in the favor of him who dwelt in the bush, that same God who spoke to Moses. It's a land literally bursting at the seams with life and treasure.
But Joseph's blessing isn't just about wealth. It's also about raw, unstoppable power. Verse 17 gives us this incredible image. His glory is like a firstborn bull, and his horns like the horns of the wild ox. Can you see that? This magnificent, powerful bull, but with these massive, deadly horns of a wild ox. And with these horns, he's just effortlessly pushing entire nations to the very ends of the earth. It's a picture of overwhelming strength.
Now for a tale of two brothers in verses 18 and 19, Zebulon and Issachar. Imagine a split screen. On the left, you've got Zebulon, the adventurer. Moses tells him to rejoice in your going out. See his ships with their sails full heading out to sea for trade and discovery. Then on the right side of the screen, you have Issachar. He's told to rejoice in your tents. He's the contemplative one, prosperous and happy right where he is. Both are finding treasure, one in the seas, the other in the sands at home. And the key? Both are told to rejoice. Two totally different paths, both blessed. All right, let's talk about Gad in verses 20 and 21. This tribe is portrayed as a fierce pioneer. The blessing says, he dwells as a lion. I want you to picture a massive, powerful lion, fiercely defending its territory. And the description gets intense. It tears the arm and the crown of his head. This isn't just a kitten. This is a formidable warrior so strong it can literally tear an enemy apart from head to toe. This is about being a powerful force for justice.
The lion imagery keeps going in verse 22 with Dan, but this is a different kind of lion. Dan is a lion's whelp. He shall leap from Bashan. The key word here is leap. This isn't the established king of the beasts like Gad. This is a young, energetic, explosive lion. The mental picture should be all about the element of surprise. Imagine just tall, swaying grass, and then, whoosh, a young lion explodes out of nowhere in a sudden, shocking ambush. It's all about that quick, unexpected strike.
After all that ferocity, verse 23 brings a complete change of pace for Naphtali. The blessing is pure satisfaction. O Naphtali, satisfied with favor, and full of the blessing of the Lord. To picture this, just see a man totally at peace, maybe relaxing by a beautiful, sun-drenched lake. He's inherited the best land, to the west and the south, and he knows it. He has everything he needs. It's an image of complete contentment.
Moving on to Asher in verse 24, and this is a picture of incredible luxury. The blessing says, let him dip his foot in oil. I mean, can you imagine that? Not just having enough olive oil for cooking, but being so wealthy, so prosperous, that you can literally dip your feet into a pool of shimmering golden oil. It's a symbol of just over-the-top abundance. But then verse 25 adds a whole other layer. Your sandals shall be iron and bronze. This isn't about luxury, it's about enduring strength. So picture this person's feet, shod in these indestructible sandals. They can walk any path, over any terrain, for their entire life without them wearing out. So Asher knits both, amazing wealth and unbreakable strength. Okay, so after blessing every tribe, Moses pulls the camera way, way back for the grand finale, blessing all of Israel together. Verse 26 gives us this cosmic, majestic image. There is no one like the God of Jeshurun who rides the heavens to help you. Just picture God majestically riding across the entire expanse of the sky, through the clouds and stars just to come to their aid. It's an awesome sight. Then verse 27 makes this huge, abstract idea of protection feel so real. It says the everlasting arms are underneath. To visualize this, imagine these colossal, ancient arms literally made of light, just materializing from below, holding up the entire nation, providing this unshakable foundation that can never ever fail. And what's the result of all this? Verse 28 shows us. Picture a sweeping, peaceful aerial shot, like from a drone flying over a secure and fertile land. You see people living in safety, their homes are secure, their fields are full. It's the ultimate picture of peace and prosperity, the direct result of God's protection.
And that brings us to the final, powerful line in verse 29. After everything, Moses leaves them with this one question that just hangs in the air, echoing through history. Happy are you, O Israel! Who is like you, a people saved by the Lord, the shield of your help and the sword of your majesty? It's more than just a question, right? It's a declaration of their identity. It's a final reminder that their uniqueness, their happiness, their strength, it all comes from being saved by God, who is both their shield for defense and their sword for victory. It's the perfect, profound ending, leaving us all to think about what that really means.